don't be mad at Caitlin Clark. She's getting $28 million. Don't they want sisters to get paid, or they don't want a white girl to get paid first? I think that's what it is.
Definitely what it is.
Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes.
Something else frequently stirs things up in the world of sports, where skill and diligence are crucial: endorsements. The WNBA and the basketball world as a whole have recently been rocked by Caitlin Clark's historic contract with Adidas. Not everyone is happy though, as the young celebrity enjoys her newfound fame. Rumor has it that two WNBA greats, Sheryl Swoopes and AJA Wilson, could feel a little underappreciated. Is there jealousy growing in the women's basketball community? Or is this just a new age in which up-and-coming celebrities are vying for attention?
Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
It's Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, whoever said, because she sell our shoe. Could we sell our shoe? Because when you sit there and say, Caitlin Clark got $28 million, first of all, that equals $3.5 million a year if you do the division.
Yeah. Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury, to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists.
When you deal with corporate America, it is no feelings involved. It is purely business. And a lot of people get emotional over race, over how good you are, over if this person's a better basketball player, football player, rapper, singer, whatever. It is all about business for corporations in corporate America. And it's all about, can you sell their product?
Clark's Adidas sponsorship was not your typical endorsement. It was a turning point for women's athletics. She wasn't only made the face of a product by Adidas. In an indication that they are placing a wager on Clark to serve as the future spokesperson for the WNBA and possibly women's sports in general, they gave her a place at the table. This isn't simply another review on basketball sneakers. The landscape of sports marketing is completely shifting. With that, we move into a region that is bound to be competitive and tense. WNBA champion Aho Wilson served as the face of a number of well-known ads, such as collaborations with Gatorade and Nike. She is a household celebrity thanks to her captivating personality and well-deserved accomplishments.
I want A'ja Wilson to have a shoe and every black young lady to have a shoe. But she's marketable, and I'm not saying you young ladies aren't.
You said A'ja who?
A'ja Wilson.
A'ja Wilson.
So from the Aces?
Yes.
That's what everybody's mad about because she doesn't have a sneaker.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Right. So I'm not saying she's not marketable, but people are up in a frenzy, and nobody was paying attention when I was talking about this during the NCAA tournament, not the sneaker part.
Conversations with people in the know, it indeed has something to do with the WNBA MVP and Nike athlete A'ja Wilson.
He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the 3rd time.
Going at Boston and rolls it in.
This is going to be a good matchup. Mercedes and A'ja Wilson on.
She said, bring it home.
Fall and get back up again. To show that when you stand for something, it will stand forever. Gatorade.
Wilson has always had a strong reputation, particularly among WNBA players. It was believed that she would lead the league's future play. However, the excitement surrounding Caitlin Clark's ascent to fame, particularly following Clark's Edit contract, has somewhat eclipsed Wilson's media presence. Next up is one of the first female basketball icons, Sheryl Swoopes. Swoopes was the WNBA's equivalent of Michael Jordan. She was the first female basketball player to have her own signature shoe, the Nike Air Swoopes, and is frequently recognized as the trailblazer who helped popularize the league. Future stars were able to build on Swoop's legacy since she had endorsements during her time that other WNBA players could only imagine.
Moving through traffic, through 3 players, 4, all the way in, dishes off to Coop for the bucket. Oh my goodness.
These got worn a little bit. Well, it's not that they're really falling apart, it's just that I just hooped so hard. Can you read that? Swoop. So when you're up here and people are down there, they can still see your name.
However, since Swoop's prime, the WNBA has seen a significant change. Players are viewed as independent brands, and endorsements and funding are increased. Adidas and Caitlin Clark's partnership has rekindled the discussion regarding endorsements in women's basketball. While some believe it's fantastic for the game's expansion, others question whether it's overshadowing the achievements of players like A.A. Wilson and undermining Sheryl Swoop's reputation. Could jealousy be at work? That is the true question. Although A.A. Wilson has always exuded elegance and composure, she has acknowledged in interviews the strain to remain relevant in the endorsement-driven world of today. The idea that a young player like Clark, who hasn't even reached her WNBA prime, landing such a hefty contract may incite rivalry is not outlandish. After all, this has happened in men's sports before. When up-and-coming players like Zion Williamson and Ja Monument started landing big deals straight out of the outset, consider how the veteran players responded.
Here he comes the other way. There's your first James Jam of his career. Whoa.
Should your scenario take place, Jason, and it steadily declines, I wonder, this actually needs to be studied. What other sports league has diminishing ratings as you get closer to the championship? That would actually embolden the argument that there's a certain guard that now plays in Indiana truly should be the logo of that league.
It doesn't make any sense at all. And playing the politics where, oh, we need to release Asia's shoe first. Well, no, it's not Caitlin's fault that you haven't done anything for Asia yet. And maybe think about, why haven't you released something for Asia yet? Is it because you're not sure how it will sell? And if that's the truth, like, that's just business. Why are we coddling these women? You wouldn't see this on the men's side. If a brand thinks they're gonna sell shoes with a player, they're gonna release some stuff. They're not gonna be like, oh, well, so-and-so has been playing in the league a little bit longer, so I'm gonna make sure I get theirs out first, then we'll push Caitlin's 2 seasons. They're saying now that we might not get a signature shoe from Caitlin until 2026 or 2027.
What does all of this signify for the WNBA's future, then? First of all, it signifies that the endorsement industry has formally advanced to a new level. Now, businesses like Nike, Adidas, and others are searching. Caitlin Clark will probably become the face of a number of basketball-related niches, such as training programs and lines of basketball gear and equipment, which haven't historically placed much emphasis on female athletes, thanks to her ability to attract both basketball fans and casual viewers.
Now let's talk about regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done.
It was really great to partner with Shoot Away and be able to give a machine back to Dowling. This is a place that's very special to me, very special to my family. The gun is really easy to use, and that's what I love about it. You only need one person to come in and get a lot of shots up. You can assemble it by yourself, raise it up by yourself. You can go in, get your shots up in a quick amount of time and really get better at your game.
And icons such as Sheryl Swoops. Although it could seem disrespectful to their own contributions to see a new face get so much attention, performers like Clark are increasingly being recognized for drawing in younger, more varied audiences. These days, it's more than just who can play better on the court. Who can best capture the cultural zeitgeist is the key question. Clark, Caitlin. A change in focus is inevitable. And that's when such sentiments of being ignored could arise. This has repeatedly occurred in men's basketball. Young upstarts are receiving greater attention from established stars, which leads to more expensive deals and conflicts. From NBA draft analysis announcing new prospects as the next big thing to NBA clips highlighting Zion Williamson's spectacular debut, the story can change abruptly. The WNBA is currently experiencing the same thing.
They put out signature Caitlin Clark balls and other merch that literally sold out within minutes of them going live. The hype that Caitlin Clark had going into this season, we will not see that again. She came off of playing in a national championship game that had over 20 million people tuned into that game, then going straight into the draft, and then going straight into the WNBA and breaking an insane amount of records.
How these endorsements affect our perception of the WNBA overall is an additional intriguing aspect of this narrative. When basketball fans wager on games and play fantasy basketball, their attention is drawn to the players who are receiving the most attention. That's Caitlin Clark at the moment. Will that, however, continue? Or will A.A. Wilson put up a battle to take back her role as the league's spokesperson? And in this new era where so much of the story is driven by endorsements, how will Sheryl Swoop's legacy be preserved? The true query is whether these parties can work together in the same marketing arena, or if Clark's prominence will incite animosity among her predecessors and colleagues.
Gatorade's legal?
I mean, they pay me. They Pepsi. It's a Pepsi product. I can drink this one. Pepsi. Pepsi. What? They a Pepsi product. Pay my bills.
Michael, since we handed off in the middle of your question, why don't you ask your question again to these ladies?
I have no issues with Caitlin. Her breaking the record, I think obviously is a tremendous accomplishment. Although, we could get into that discussion also.
Come on, if you're racist and you know it, clap your hands.
Because there was a big debate on Lynette Woodard having the actual record.
Ultimately, Clark's Adidas partnership is a gamble, and it's impossible to predict where it might go in terms of future revenue. Next season, A will gain from strategically matching their approach to Caitlin Clark. Watch this video by clicking this link.